Okay, there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about. So I thought that I would put it in a separate video because that other video is like pretty long and it's a separate issue. I'm gonna read you guys a message today that I posted on Facebook. It was a reply to someone because my friend made a status about, congratulating a friend who made the Lions rugby team and whatevs. And this guy commented, and he was just hating on rugby, and he just got completely sidetracked, like, oh, that doesn't sound cool because he's not going to do anything with his life. He's just going to be running around with a ball and whatever on a patch of grass, and what achievement is that because you have no brains and you're not amazing and all of this stuff. And then people were replying and he was getting owned, and then he was like, oh, poverty and the children and feed the animals and, the environment, and like completely off topic. And we're like, listen, dude, this isn't our problem. Like, what do you want? What ifs? Okay, everyone in my school has already heard about this. I just hate that I'm like broadcasting this to most of my school who watches this. Please, Americans, be watching me. Okay, anyway, I wanted to read you, as I said in my previous video, I kind of like to get involved. I like to stand up for what I think is right. And I know if you guys are thinking I'm hypocritical because I've made a previous video about how I dislike sport, just remember my previous video was about me not liking sport because of the lack of recognition for cultural activities. Because in my school, sport gets highly recognized. You can get colors just for attending a game. And for me, I forgot to tell you guys, I got full colors for art, full senior colors. I got it the other week, and I'm the first person in my school to ever get colors for art. Do you see how hard it is? And I mean, I had to fight for those colors. They only wanted to give me half colors. But anyways, so that's my issue. It's just a recognition thing. Like, yay teams for getting recognition, but why doesn't art get recognition? Okay, so this message, I just wanted to read to you guys because I just feel like it's so full of stuff that I believe in, and some of it may not make sense because you have to obviously read all the comments in order to understand what I'm replying to. Like if someone says, what are you eating? And you say fish. If you just read the message saying fish, it won't make a lot of sense. So some of it might not make sense, but the general message is pretty important to me, and I don't want to just leave it to waste, never to be seen again. I'm hoping that you guys could maybe take something from it and just realize a lesson. And before I read it, I also want to say something that irritates me. Well, not irritates me, kind of touches my heart, upsets me, is I'm not going to say when people discriminate against gays because everyone is pretty aware of how much that happens and whatever, and it's not good. But people who will speak to me and will say, it's ridiculous that, gays aren't supported and whatever. And they even say it in the L word. They say this exact thing that annoys me. And they'll say, it's ridiculous how gays aren't supported. It's okay to be gay. But then they'll say it's wrong to be like a transvestite. Like, why do gays have to dress that way? They can be gay, but why can't they just be normal? Or why must they get a sex change? And that's wrong. Like, you're just contradicting yourself. You can't be choosy on who to judge and who not to judge. You can't say I'm open-minded because I don't judge gays, but then transvestites are wrong. Like, you can't. You must accept everyone. In life, your body is your body. Everyone is who they want to be. We have rights and freedoms, and if someone can change their vagina into a penis, then yay, celebrate that. Celebrate the right that they have the chance to do that. Because in countries, some people don't even have the right to divorce their abusive husbands. Some people don't have the right to not be raped. It's ridiculous, so any freedom or right you have, you must cherish and embrace to the fullest, because you are lucky to have that freedom and that right. Never let it go to waste. Don't be a bystander. Don't let things slide. Always be fighting to improve the world. Always be fighting to clear judgment, to unite the people. In fact, there is this song that you guys must listen to. It's the song One Love by the Black-Eyed Peas. I didn't see it on their one CD album that I have. It's one of their new ones. But I got it on the Songs for Japan CD. I don't know if they sell that in America, but I know that you can get it here in South Africa. So you must listen to that song. And you know what? Everyone has the right to just do what they need to do and be happy. If you want to get a boob job and someone wants to get a new penis, that's fine. Like, in life, you have to live for yourself, and I'm not saying go be selfish, but you need to love yourself. You need to love who you are. Recognize your flaws. Work to always be improving yourself, to improve the environment around you. Be better. Be good, be loving, and yeah, anyway, before my whole preaching gets too long, let me just read you guys this message. I'm sorry if some of it makes sense, but I've just explained that to you. Okay. I'm going to put it here by my screen. You can see my phone. Do you like my new cover? It's a Jelly Belly cover. I don't know if I can advertise that there. But it's delicious, and by delicious I mean delicious. Like, it smells like strawberry cheesecake apparently, but not really. It just smells nice. It smells like strawberries. Okay. So this guy said sports are useless and dumb and don't contribute, and you don't have a brain, and only mind power can rule the world, and it'll last forever, and the environment, and parents who neglect their kids because they need to watch rugby, and people who drink because of sport, and how it doesn't raise any issues in the world or anything. I mean, not issues, raise any solutions or fix problems or whatever. Okay, so I said, saying sports are useless and dumb. Oh, wait. Another thing. He said that he works behind a desk 16 hours a day, and that's a real job. So, I said, saying sports are useless and dumb and promoting the idea that they should be replaced with long hours of tedious work behind a desk is like saying a painter can't paint because they do not contribute either. I'm not the biggest fan of sports, but to want to take away any freedom from a person is wrong. Yes, there are big problems in society, and fathers do neglect their children, but that's not this rugby player's fault. Nor is it any rugby player's fault. Nor is it the game, the sport's fault. Maybe those men who neglect their children are just simply bad fathers, and those issues are within themselves. And for the other kids who would rather... And this guy said, another issue is that kids they always want to go play sports and stuff, and they don't learn, and there are kids who can play with a ball but who can't read and whatever, and their fathers go and teach them how to play rugby rather than them doing their homework and working hard and stuff. And I said, and for the other kids who would rather pick up a ball than pick up a book, that's their prerogative. I'd rather pick up a paintbrush than pick up a ball or a book. Everyone is different, and one isn't better than the other. Maybe life isn't about following the usual pattern of society's stable workforce, but rather taking chances and following your passion, whatever it may be, and allowing others to do the same. Besides, in rugby, one learns about teamwork, tactics. People become sociable, confident, and gain other skills that can't always be gained from reading a book. And no, mental power doesn't last forever. The brain is a waste-away organ. If you don't use it and exercise it regularly, just like a muscle, it will waste away and deteriorate. And why are you blaming all of these world problems on these few men? This is getting way out of hand and your argument is becoming irrelevant. I'm sorry there's global warming, poverty, pollution, etc. But I'll do my bit, you do yours, and stop throwing the world's issues on a bunch of rugby players. Hate and judgment in any form is unnecessary, and you're only bringing negativity into your own life. Perhaps we should try take whatever happiness we can from all of these things and use their benefits to make life better. The culture from art, the development from academics, and the unity from sport. Not that this was any of my business, but I just like to fight for people's rights and freedoms. That was my message. You see, and I acknowledged, sorry, my thing closed, so I couldn't see myself there for a second. I acknowledged that it wasn't any of my business, but when someone starts saying that sport shouldn't be allowed and whatever, then that's an issue, because that's like someone saying cultural things shouldn't be allowed, or debating shouldn't be allowed. Nothing should ever be banned, except rape and stuff. Obviously the bad stuff, guys, but, changing yourself, or, bettering yourself, then, that's good. Exercise is actually very good for you. I don't do a lot of exercise myself. It's not my passion, but it is very good for you. Obese people always complain about issues they have, pains they have, but they will not go exercise to fix them. And when you're obese, I know people say, well, I'm happy this way, and that's fine, but it's not good for your body. Never mind your emotions, you are putting your body under a lot of strain and a lot of stress. Exercise is good for you. It releases happy chemical stuff. It's very good for your body, and that doesn't mean you need to turn into a health fanatic, because I personally don't really enjoy it, but I am seeing a biokineticist. If you don't know what that is, Google it. She does like repair and rehabilitation of your muscles, and then exercises to repair parts of your body, and later gym work and whatever. Like at the moment she's fixing my posture and back, and that's great. Exercise can be very good for you. It has relieved a lot of pain for me. So yeah, anyways, that's my life story. And you've got 2 videos in one. Bonus. So I know I don't send videos a lot, but now you are getting 2 in one time. And that's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from this. And if you didn't, that's okay, because we are always learning in life, and these lessons that I've spoken about may be irrelevant to you, and they may not seem important or right, but that's up to you, and if you're still watching, then thank you for watching. I'm gonna say like my video, because people always say that, don't know why it helps, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And please, 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 guys, last thing I'm going to say is go like my new Facebook page. That way you can get hold of me. You can keep up to date with whatever's new, because I'm not going to be accepting anyone on my personal page any longer. But my personal page is directly linked to my public page. So get that one and follow me on Twitter. So yeah. Thanks, guys, for listening. Stay true to yourselves. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep identifying. Don't be afraid to admit that there is something wrong with you. But also don't let that make you think that it's the only thing, that there's only bad things about you. Try recognize the good and the bad. Focus on the good. Put energy towards the good. Make that stronger. And the bad, focus on fixing that. Focus on learning from that. Learn from your mistakes, whatever. Tip your waiter, don't do drugs, whatevs. You know the whole story, the whole preach. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks.